G'day everyone, and welcome to, you guessed it, another new challenge in Farming Simulator 25. This is Zorch Farming's Triple Threat Challenge. Now this is on the, here we go, the Wola Zabierzowska map. I'm assuming it's a European-based map. It looks like it is. It's quite large. There's a lot of fields here. So basically, this has 3 real challenges in the series. The first challenge is we need to use a randomizer to be given one crop on the map. So all of these crops, see how there's all certain fields with each sort of crop. Like if you choose barley, there's all the barley, there's all the corn, there's no rice, no long grain rice, there's some potatoes, there's some sunflowers, there's no sorghum, there's no olives. There's a few on here that aren't available, which if we got one of those, that'd be pretty fantastic. But I'm pretty sure we need to just keep going until we get a crop that's on there. Basically, it does have a lot of new crops. There's some bean crops, lentils, lavender's not on there, millet's there, poppy, then none of the cover crops. Buckwheat we have flax, we have mustard, no clover, triticale, spelt, rye, alfalfa, all that sort of stuff. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to be randomly given a crop, and we need to take note of which field has that crop in it at the start of the game, the start of the challenge. And then by the end of the challenge, we must purchase all of those fields that have that crop currently growing in it. Now, if we get to buying it in, say, a year in game and the crop's different, we still have to buy it. That's the point of the random crop. We also start with $250,000 of debt, which is what we currently have here. Where's my finances? So we've got 500,000, 250,000 in debt. We're going to deal with all that in a minute, and I'll explain the whole debt situation when we're a bit ahead. The third threat, so that's the first 2 threats. Third and final threat is the same randomizer, but for animals. We need to put the livestock in, sheep, goats, buffalo, cows, anything like that. Use a randomizer to be assigned one of those, and whichever one we get, we must have 250 of by the end of the challenge. So, let's get to setting this up, hey? I've got the time stopped just while I explain all that. But first things first. The plot of land that we are on is here. Field 222. 222. We need to buy that for $253,000. Purchased. We need to buy fields 38 and fields 44. That's a lot of money gone. Now, everything that's on this land, we now have to get rid of. We can keep one item here. We can pick whichever we want. We need to get rid of the farmhouse. That has to go. And we need to put a new one down once we're done. I'm telling you now, I'm getting rid of all of these sheds. And before I do anything else, we need to get rid of the fence as well. Don't forget the fence. Right, before I do anything else, I want to look at the sheep barn. Just in case we get assigned sheep. I was assigned sheep on my sort of test run to make sure everything worked. But Okay, so it only holds 35. But I kind of wanted to spin it on camera. So we're going to do that. But everyone's sort of starting the same way. I think the best option is we're going to keep the silo. So we're going to sell the sheep barn. I could sell everything in all honesty. I could get rid of that and I'd just put another silo in myself. But we're keeping one. Now, we need to put our farmhouse down. And I've got a great one. Needs to be at least 50,000. So we're going with this. The Queenslander style farmhouse. We'll put it here. That was an unintentional click, but it works. I was going to rotate it, but I actually kind of nailed it, I think. Clothesline out the back, veranda out the front, and an old rocking chair. Oh, we don't have the rocking chair. That sucks. But that's not too shabby. I like that house. That's brought us down now to 212,000. So, let's get cracking and do our randomizer. First up is going to be the crop randomizer. Alright guys, here we are. We have a list of all of our crops here. Now we're going to spin it and hope for the best. Hopefully we get something good. Not too easy, not too hard. Okay, we got poppy. Okay. Alright guys, so we got poppy there. That's not too bad. I believe that's the same as what Zorch has. So we've got field 100, 32, 134, 62, 166 and 176. So that's pretty decent. And they're all not very cheap. There's a couple of decently expensive ones. And a couple of little cheap ones too. I might see, as the challenge continues, if any more fields that aren't those numbers pop up with poppy, I might look into making it so that we purchase those as well. Just because I feel like 6 isn't very many. But we'll make it work. We are playing on hard difficulty, so it shouldn't be as easy I'm probably thinking it's going to be. Now, another thing that we must do now with our poppy fields, we must use those poppy crops, so what we harvest, we must use them in a production. So if we look at the productions here, I believe it goes into the oil mill there. So we have to purchase this oil mill, which I believe is a big chunk of change. $240,000. So we need to have $240,000 ready to go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the animal randomizer. Alright guys, here we are with our animals. We've got our cows, water buffalo, sheep, goats, pigs, chickens. Horses aren't included. Neither are the dog and the bees. They're not included in this sort of randomizer. So let's go see what we get. I'm very curious about anything other than goats and chickens. I've done those a lot before. Sheep, water buffalo, pigs and cows I don't really deal with. But let's see what we get. Okay, so we're going to have a whole lot of chickens basically. Very nice. So we need to do chickens. That's our animal. I don't think it means we can't do other animals. I just think it means that we have to use chickens. So we've got to get chickens. I'd assume we could still do everything else, but we just have to get chickens. I'm still here. I'm not at our home. Quick autosave there. Right. Let's visit our house. Here we are. We're at home now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start setting time off. We're going to go at 3 times speed. Now, I also need to instantly pay off $100,000. So what are we at? 212. So we want to be at 112. There we go. So now we're at $112,300. Now, because we own these 2 fields here, I believe this is, what's this? That's mustard, ready to harvest. And I believe the triticale over here is also ready to harvest. Rye. The rye is ready to harvest. So now we need to get into it and let's go buy our first pieces of equipment, guys. I did look at the used sales and I do have the extreme used sales mod on because I like it. Cannot have anything sort of severely overpowered. It just defeats the purpose, you know. So we're going to go through. I have looked at a couple that I'd like. I'm seriously considering one of these Mercedes Unimogs just because the power that they have. It's either the Mercedes Unimog or this case. That can go to 145. And where's the other one? There's another Unimog further down. I'm sure there was. Maybe not. Maybe I'm losing it. Ah, here it is. So this one's slightly cheaper. That's 14,000. And I believe this one's slightly more expensive. 16,000. So it's not as cheap, but I think we're going to go with this one. We are going to alter it anyway. And we're just going to put it as a bale transport tractor. We're at the 155. I think we were going to drop it. 155 we were keeping it at. Big and wide tires. We're going to put 2 little beacon lights on. I don't want those ones. Little square ones. Yep, I like my beacons. We're getting rid of that. We're going to put the bull bar on. No, we don't really need that, I guess. Yeah, we do. It's nice. I want it on. And we can put the front hydraulics on at a later date, I think. We'll go with this for now. Obviously, we're going to paint it the way we want to paint it. Flatbed's going to be black. The cover color we don't have to worry about. The rim ring is going to be that. We're going to make the actual rim jet black. And we're going to get rid of the number plate. I pressed the wrong button there. So that's our first purchase. That's our tractor. Hopefully I don't regret it, but we should be all right. So there, $26,122. Now, there's no harvester in here that I believe I wanted. That I saw. This is a cool new mod, but if we got peas, that would have been fantastic. Or spinach or anything like that. That would have been phenomenal. But we got poppy. So we're going to look through. I don't know if there's a harvester. That's a forage. If there is a combine and not a header, that's fine. We can make that work. Manual grain harvester, cannot get poppy with that. We got the header there for the fort shrit. See, these things are far out of our range. Yeah, I don't think... Is that a combine? It is. Let's have a look. Oof, what an awful looking thing. So 5.1. Chopper. Yes, we want the chopper. Side covers. Sure. Pipe cover. Yeah. Okay, we're not doing that. Decorations. No. I'd love it if we could paint the whole thing. We can. For free? The whole thing is going to be our orange that we've got. I don't know if that's going to matter. The pipe can be the same color. And the rims can be black because always. We might be able to actually... Oh, that adds a lot. No, it doesn't really add that much. Paint it black. Nah, I think we'll just go with the default. That saves us $3,000, give or take. We'll just put everything back as it was. Save us all the money. Yeah, I think that's better. We'll leave the rims. So that's 20,000. Decorations, we can get rid of that. I don't want those. So 20,900. That'll do us. And now we need to go in and find that so that we can buy the header. Where is it? It's the bison. This one, wasn't it? Ooh, we can get a 5 meter or a 6 meter. Oh, and it comes with a corn header too. That's cool. Is an extra meter really worth it? For 10K? Probably not. Nah, we'll just go with this. Crop dividers, design, yes. Sure. 8,300. There we go. And we need to buy this. Obviously with black rims. Alright, we got 55,000 left. Now, I didn't see any trailers that were relative. Oh, he lied. Oh, it's an auger trailer. Oh. I mean, it could be alright, I guess. We'll make it the same color as our tractor. Or our Unimog, I should say. Sure. If it doesn't work, we'll get rid of it. And so far, I think that's us started. That's the harvester I have in every playthrough, so I'm not doing that. Oh, that might have been better to get. Although that's 22 grand. I don't know what we paid for ours, but that's that. Done and dusted. Now, we'll explain the premise of the loan. Every January, we need to go to those wheel randomizers again. And we need to ask it if we can pay off any of our loan. So we cannot pay anything else of our loan off from the 100,000 that we did today. We need to use a randomizer with yes or no and ask it if we can pay any of our loan off. If it says yes, we can pay off as much as we want. We can pay the whole thing off and then it's a non-issue. If it says no, we have to go into the randomizer again, spin it again, and ask it if we have to take another $100,000 loan out. If it says no, we're in the same position we're in. We cannot pay it off again for a year. It is what it is. If it says yes, we have to take out another $100,000, whether we need it or not. We have to take it out. That's the challenge. So you could get your fields, you can get your animals, but the fact that you're going to have to keep going in and getting that loan, maybe you could end up with $1 million in loans. If you get 10 years into this challenge, it has the potential to be brutal, guys. It actually has severe potential to be brutal. I feel like we lucked out getting Poppy and chickens. That's the two easy bits. I feel like it's setting us up for failure with the loan. I feel like we're not going to get a chance to pay any of it off. But let's not be down about it all. Let's jump into our vehicles and bring them home, hey? There's our Unimog. Let's turn that setting clean off. I do not like automatic starting. Where is it? Where is it? Can I not see it? Am I in the wrong spot? Oh, here we go. Automatic engine start off. All the AI workers stuff is off. We have this. I'm taking field stones off. I will do periodic ploughing. And we're doing all this. We're on hard difficulty. Yeah. So there's our fields. That's what we're just going to look at. And now, turn our beacons on. Let's get our trailer. If you're just here and haven't watched any of my recent episodes in my other challenge that I've taken on, that is the Renota Island Preservation Challenge. I've recently shifted to my Logitech wheel and pedal setup, so everything's a little bit funky while I figure out how to get comfortable with it all. But we're going to get these to the farm. I feel good about keeping the grain silo. We could put a chicken coop straight down. We have $50,000 left over. I don't think there's anything I've forgotten. Really? Off the top of my head, I feel like that's where I was supposed to turn. Nope, there's our house. I can see it in the distance. It's a really big one. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else rules-wise that I've forgotten. Oh, there is one. Contracts. Contracts are allowed. You can only do 3 per month. So we're doing 1 day per month. So there's one, it's August, and then when we sleep, it's going to be September. And then when we sleep, it's going to be October. So we can do 3 contracts today, say. If we stretch that out to be 5 days of August, 5 days of September, you could still only do 3 contracts. That's just to make it a little bit more difficult. I am playing on hard difficulty. I believe you can play on whatever you like. It's just that hard would make it, obviously, harder. So we're now here with our Unimog. We'll turn the tractor off. We'll jump in our combine. Oof. She's a lumpy one. Now what way does that go? I think they all load from the left, I believe. Yep, nudge it. Get it on. I probably didn't need the trailer, but it's one of those things that I just sort of like having them. If it comes with one, I'll take it. And just in case there's little like tight streets and things, you know, it's always better to have it than not. Go backwards. Alright, she's locked on. we're going to head back to the farm. And in all honesty, we're probably going to harvest our mustard field. I don't know if there's anywhere that we can sell mustard. Do I have a beacon? Hey, we got 2. Beautiful. Let's get the thing going. I'm gonna go through the gate, follow him up the pathway, hopefully don't hit the sign. And of course there's a car, there's lots of traffic coming, that's fine. And there we have it, guys. We're starting the challenge. We need to buy all the poppy fields and we need to get 250 chickens. Chickens feels easy. In all honesty, I might increase that difficulty, but we do have to feed them. That's another thing. Oh, actually, I believe, I don't know who it was, but there's another creator doing the challenge that found out that the chickens can eat mustard. So, they can eat the mustard seeds. So we might actually keep that for ourselves, because we need chickens. If it comes down to it with the fields of poppy, if sort of nothing, no new ones pop up, I might even add just another kind of crop into it. We'll just see. It could take me forever to get to that amount of money. Like, I dread having any of the other field crop types. Like, I believe I believe barley has like 12. I couldn't imagine trying to do that. But I'll get this to the field and I'll start harvesting the mustard, and I'll see you back then, guys. Alright guys, here we go. We are back. We are ready to start harvesting. Good lord, she's bouncy. Let's hook in. And away we go. Now we do have to worry about this straw. I don't know if it would be worth baling, or if we just sort of forage wagon, pick it up that way. But we do need to get rid of it, otherwise we cannot progress the field. But also balers are expensive. I do have some modded ones in there that I could use, but again, I use them all the time, so I'd really, if I can use something else, it would be nice. But right now, this is our field. We do have precision farming on, so we will need to worry about that as well. But right now, I'm gonna send you off on a little time lapse. I'm only gonna harvest this field today. We might do 2 episodes in August, and then we could potentially do 2 episodes in everything. We'll just see how we go. But right now, this is gonna be a long one because it's explaining the whole situation. But we'll just get this thing going. I'll send you off on a time lapse for us to finish this harvesting, and then I'll see you at the end, guys.
Isn't it obvious how we're gonna
Guys, welcome back. That time lapse was taking a little bit too long. She's not very quick. The extra meter header might have been a better choice, but we'll make do with this. We'll see how we go with it. I also did forget to service it when we were at the shop, so that's on me. But we'll make it work. So far it's not the worst. If I wasn't recording so late at night, I don't think it would be a problem. And if I also didn't feel like I was starting to get sick. So if my voice sounds a bit funny, I do apologise, but I feel like I am coming down with something. But right now we're just getting this last. We probably could have got all that in one. Yeah, we could have. Oh well, that's me poor planning. Pull across a bit more, I reckon we can get the whole lot without missing one side. Yeah. The wheel's so sensitive, but if I have it any less sensitive it doesn't work right, so we'll just run down this way. That's going to get us. I'll be surprised if we even make it to the end. So how much does it hold? Is it 5,000 or 5,100? Must be 5,100. Alright. Jump back in the tractor. Or the Unimog. I'm pretty happy with this choice. We do only have 52,000 left over, so it's not ideal, but you know, we'll make it work. Sure. Or I can make it look real. You know? Well, that'll do. We don't want to jackknife it, but I hope you're enjoying it. I'll put a link in the description to Zorch's channel. He's the creator of it, and I'll also put down the people that I know of that are doing it. If there's anyone else, let me know. We'll just go take this. Hopefully we can dump it in the silo with the auger. I know it's got a bit of weight in it, but this Unimog should have it. It's probably just the field making it awkward. Now, pipe out, I'm going to assume is the same as it is for the harvester. Yep. Oh, beautiful. It does do it. That's exactly what we want. Quick autosave. So that's all the fields we need. Now, where is... There. See, so the mustard isn't really worth that much. Wonder if there's any... Is there a production we can put down that uses mustard? Probably not. Where are we going? I don't think it's in there. Oh, okay. Don't know about that one. Oh, well, the fact that there's their own mods is pretty cool. There must be one then. I've probably missed it. I forget what the mustard plant looks like. Oh, it's right there. Mustard processing plant. Okay. Well, we don't have 36 grand. So that ain't happening anytime soon. We'll park this tractor over here. We'll jump back in the harvester. Get the pipe back in. Lower the header and get the rest of this field harvested. So yeah, this might be a series with less time lapses and more jump cuts, maybe some montages, things like that instead, because if she harvests this slow, good lord. The next field's bigger, so that's going to be even worse. But we're definitely not doing that this session. We're going to run over a bit, that's fine. Get harvesting. So we've got over 10,000 litres of mustard. That's pretty good. I don't know if we want to get that mustard processing plant. If there's any good contracts to do, it might be worth doing. But I feel like it might be better off for us to feed it to the chickens. So I'll have a look at it. We might even look at our chicken coop before we end today. Just get it in the ground. See if there's any that hold a decent amount. If not, we can always put 2 down. Depending on cost, obviously. We do only have $52,000 and we need a baler or a forage wagon. If I can get a cheap baler, that would be good. Straw's always good to have to sell. And that is our field done, guys. We'll just get this last few straggly bits. So yeah, just over 10,000 litres of mustard. I feel like that could feed our chickens for a while, depending on how many we have. Obviously, once we get close to the 250 amount, they're going to go through a bit. But it could have been way worse animal-wise. It could have been way, way worse. Alright, there we have it. She's done. Unload it into the silo. There we go. Put the pipe back in. It's not even worth putting it back on the trailer because we're going to start harvesting over here. I'm just going to park on the path because I want to have a look at chickens. So that's the fenceless pasture. We got a chicken coop, small. Okay. Oh, that's the one with the manure heap. That's cool. Well, this one gets us 500 chickens. So I think we might just put that one in. We want to be able to get the eggs from it. So we'll just chuck it in the middle, hey? Further this way, maybe? Oh, that's gross. We're going to paint that with grass. We're going to fix it all up. Probably missed a bit because I'm not looking, but I'm going all around it. Could have done that. That's fine. Did I miss anything? No. Then we're just going to put fill it with meadow. I was just going to say that's used a lot of our money, but it was the actual chicken coop that used $10,000 or an amount, whatever. I probably could have. We might leave that. We might change this a little bit. Just do it asphalt so we can see. There we have. So how much was the actual chicken coop, now that I think about it? It was 10k. Okay. So there we have it. I think we might end the episode. Got Loman hens. We'll get the white ones. Grab us a rooster. $51 for one. And then we'll just get 10. We'll do it again with just 10 chickens. Get them started. I don't know how much it's going to hold. Hey, I didn't know I could do the horn. Yeah. It's that button. Where is it? We're just going to take 10k out of it. Does it tell us how much it holds? No. But I reckon it's going to hold about this. If we can put all of it in, we should go the other way. If we can put all of it in, we will. Because they'll use it eventually, you know? So we'll get the pipe out. We'll reverse it up slowly. This is like my trucking simulator all over again. Oh, they can eat it. That's cool. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It holds 1,000 litres. That's... What? How much do they not eat then? Uh-oh. We're going to have to fill that up constantly. That might have been a bad choice, guys. That's alright. We can correct it later if we need to. Right now, we're doing alright. Put the mustard back in here. How much is mustard actually worth? So mustard's not worth anything. What, 700 by 9,000 litres. So we'll get what, 6.5, give or take. But mustard jars, sorry. Oof. At its worst is, damn. Pretty decent price. But we'll worry about all that later. I think we'll honestly just keep it for feeding the chickens. But right now, guys, I think that's where we'll call the episode. I'm hoping it's not too long, but it is the initial setup, so you know how it is. Everything takes a little bit longer when you're explaining what's happening. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Please consider liking, commenting down below, and subscribing if you're not already. And I will see you in the next episode, guys. Take care. Goodbye.